Wednesday edition, Mr. Irrelevant, Alex Strouf, Josh DiMaggio, Will Sommers, Hunter Vaughn with you. Whole crew back together after the solo venture, or the duo venture that Joshy and I took on Monday.
Yeah, that's two people.
That's a duo venture?
Dual endeavor.
Dual endeavor. Yes, that'd be more accurate. Good to be back with you. Lots to get into today, man. Big show on a Wednesday. Ben Brust is going to join us in about 15 minutes because he said something so outrageous yesterday on KBN that Josh invited him on the show. So that'll be entertaining. I do want to flip the page as we continue in the NFL offseason to free agency a little bit, about a month away from free agency, but some decisions will be made sooner than that for the Green Bay Packers, mostly in terms of guys that are currently under contract, and will they continue to be under contract ahead of next month's free agency. We will play a little One Word Wednesday. We will take a look at maybe the most remarkable Olympics moment yet that had nothing to do with a sport, and all that still to come. So looking forward to our show today. Will, welcome back. Good to have you back after Monday.
Good. Sorry I missed the show. I was training to be the Brewers' next third baseman. I was taking ground balls with Gabe Neitzel.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
He's hitting me some.
I mean, so we've long said Caleb Durbin is your twin.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I think I've told you this, that I've said if I had to play for any professional sports team, it'd be the Boston Red Sox. So I'm glad he gets to live out my dream.
I don't know if you've told me that, but
I definitely have.
Why Boston?
I don't know. I think it's
short
cool
porch and left.
Yeah, it's a sick city.
Okay.
I'm a righty, so it would play well to me. Short porch and right, too, for that matter.
Right
awesome,
down the line.
Yeah,
Pesky's
awesome
pole.
city. People love the Red Sox. Historic franchise.
Yeah, so I saw you tweeted something when the trade went down on Monday. All three third basemen, except Sal Frelick, who played an inning of first base last year, all three of the other third basemen that played any innings for the Brewers last season were a part of that trade, going with Durbin, of course, Andre Monasterio, and Anthony Siegler. I saw you tweeted a video of you hitting a home run, but you were accused of that being AI because...
By who?
Somebody in your replies, because in the video, the pitcher pitches the ball with one hand and then the glove winds up on the same hand. So is that AI?
It's not AI. He had one arm.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me...
Doesn't change how well he can throw a ball. Don't go there, Strouf.
Yeah.
Don't do that to him.
No, that's not where I'm going. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying...
Do you know who Jack is by chance?
Jack who?
The person who commented.
No.
I'm asking Will.
I would assume
Yeah.
it's his friend.
One of my
Yeah, so
friends.
you got trolled.
Yeah,
No,
you got
guys.
You got caught.
Guys, I already knew this story. I just didn't know that our audience did, so I was trying to play it up a little bit.
No, I think you
Just
got
willing to
got.
take the fall.
You're just trying to.
You got caught.
You're trying
You
to
should
play
have
it
just
off.
said, "Hey, Will, why don't you tell
I'm
us?"
pretty sure we've told. I'm pretty sure we've
told.
told this story on the show before.
For how hard I hit the ball, I could see why you would think that's AI, but that was real.
That was your only home run, though, right?
Yes.
Collegiate.
It was in fall ball, too, so it technically didn't count.
Still a homer.
I'm just showing off what I can do.
Fair enough. Have you gotten any phone calls?
No, I'm still waiting. But I've seen some players who broke their hamate bone. I broke my hamate bone.
Really?
Yeah. I've been seeing tweets from reporters saying that I believe it was Francisco Lindor broke his hamate bone out 6 weeks. When I broke mine, I was back in 4. So if anyone needs somebody that
Built
can
different.
return from injury quickly, it's
All
me.
right. So I did see this tweet this morning, and then I want to get to the Packers free agency topic. But what is a handmade bone?
So it's one of the small, like your hamate bone, there's like a hook off of it, like in your hand, and it's very small and you don't need it. But it's very common in baseball players that it like will completely break off from the repetitive swing motion while using a bat. So they'll just open up your hand and take it out.
And that's what they did to you?
Yep.
Wow.
Not to be confused with the hyoid bone, which is found in your
Hyoid bone.
hyoid bone.
Sound like a slinky.
Okay. That was a heck of a start to the show. Well, welcome back, Will. Hunter, welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry I missed the show. Had to take my wife to the airport. So, not nearly as cool as Will trying to get a spot with the Brewers.
Does she have Uber?
Wasn't going to pay for an Uber from Madison to Milwaukee to get her to General
that's
Mitchell.
a long one. That's a long one.
Yeah, and we're down to
that's
one
fair.
car right now, so it was kind of, either I go without a car for the week or I take her to Milwaukee. So,
Ooh, that could have been a fun adventure for you, though. No car the whole week.
I don't
Just
really
means
want to
he's
go.
taking Ubers to work.
Or I'm taking the city bus from Middleton to downtown Madison, which would have been an adventure.
You should have talked to us about this. I would have loved you documenting a week on the city bus.
Or at least a day.
No, the week. Every day. You probably would have made friends.
Oh, and then I would have had to ask like Riley Yauk to drive me home after Prep Mania last night. Riding in his beat up Toyota Prius would have been a great time.
I like it. Dr. Denver Dan chimes in. Driver, I'll allow it. No brainer on that one. So there you go. The doc gave you the doctor's note. You're good to go.
Well, now
All
that
right,
the doc's
thank you,
involved.
doctor.
You got the doctor's note. All right, I want to get to this before Ben Bruss joins us. I've been thinking a lot, Joshy, about free agency. Because naturally, that's kind of the next progression here in the NFL offseason. And I've probably got about 10 questions about the Green Bay Packers and free agency, but I've got it down to 5 for the day. And I want to rifle through these, and then you can let me know if I missed anything that's maybe bigger on or higher on your checklist for the Packers free agency, checklist, if you will, to use that same term twice. Or did I nail it? So let's rifle through these 5 questions for the Packers in free agency. Question number 5. What's the route for backup quarterback? Will it be free agency, or will they try the Sean Clifford thing again? Now, you may remember, Jordan Love has only played 1 season of his 3 as the starter completely healthy, and that was the year Sean Clifford was the backup quarterback. They did not like what they saw from him in the preseason, traded for Malik Willis, and obviously Willis has filled in for him really well, playing his way likely into the opportunity to start for another team. So I'm curious, do they go veteran? Do they go young guy? Do they just run it back with like a Clayton Tune?
The answer is they do both.
They bring 3 quarterbacks. They
bring in a veteran and they draft one.
Okay. And Clayton Tune, I assume, would also be there.
I do like how you called it the Sean Clifford thing, especially with the Packers' long history of drafting and developing like incredible guys who go on to start or get huge contracts.
Yeah, but Sean Clifford was not one of those.
He wasn't, and
that's the only one in the Love era that they've drafted.
Correct.
Well, I guess not Taylor Algosmore. Who was the Tulane quarterback that they drafted in the 7th round a couple years ago?
I forget his name.
I'm blanking on his name.
But when we talk about Packers history, especially just Ron Wolf era forward.
Oh, totally. Hasselbeck, Aaron Brooks.
History is littered with guys who went on to either get contracts or have at least a starting gig.
Michael Pratt, the Tulane quarterback that they drafted, but he did not make the roster. So I'm curious to see what they do with backup quarterback now that Malik Willis will likely be gone.
Yeah, I mean, they might have, 4? Love plus 3 other guys?
I would guess so.
One's a backup, one's practice squad?
Yeah. We'll see, though. Question 4, how do they address cornerback? Right, Gutekunst said last week that he thinks they've got the starters, they need more depth. Do they bring back a Trayvon Diggs? Do they release a Nate Hobbs? Do they just run it back with Nate Hobbs? Those are some of the things I'm looking for in free agency. I would assume this might be more of a draft address is where they address it. But also, let's keep in mind, guys, a first-round pick for the Green Bay Packers. So
I think it's draft investment.
I think it probably is too.
And I think it's later than people want.
But a Trayvon Diggs is a name that does interest me. Because they released him because of the high salary implication. I wouldn't be shocked if he was back.
I would. I think he's not a personality fit for what Green Bay's looking for.
And then the other part of that is, of course, the Nate Hobbs thing, but I think you and I are in agreement. We expect him to be back in 2026.
You only saved $700K to release him. He's a body. He's out there. You believed in him to some degree.
I love when people get their hopes up, and Matthew chimes in with Reek Woolen.
I mean,
I'd love it.
It'd be great.
I think it's unlikely.
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely.
Anybody that wants Diggs back is living in 2021. He's not the same player anymore.
Correct. No, you're totally right.
Eric Stokes and Rasul Douglas, free agents this year.
Rasul Douglas, I don't think he played this year, did he?
Stokes is like the leading guy that fits what the Packers will look for in free agency.
I know.
And he had a great year.
Had a really good year. It's a new DC.
A lot of cornerback free agents this year.
There is. So
there is. A lot of them are overaged.
But that's true too. But that's where I'm curious if is there a Nate Hobbs-esque flyer? Maybe not the same amount of money. Yeah, Joby.
Joby. I have no idea.
Cordell Flott.
I don't know who that is.
24. Breakout year for the Giants this season.
Can't say I watched a lot of Giants games. Once
don't blame me.
Actively avoided them.
Yeah. Yeah. Same. Question 3. Is Josh Jacobs actually the running back in 2026? it feels like we could be on the precipice of a similar move the Packers made 2 years ago, signing Josh Jacobs, releasing Aaron Jones. And when they signed Jacobs, we kind of acknowledged, okay, it's a 4-year deal, but they could get out of it after 2. And while we all love Josh Jacobs and think he's a really good running back, Breece Hall is on the market. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker is on the market. Could the Packers make a run at somebody who's got less run, somebody who hasn't had a bajillion carries in their career and is younger? And could they do a similar thing where they sign a 4-year deal that they get out of pretty cleanly after 2 years? It wouldn't be the most surprising thing in the world. I think we would all be surprised, but I don't think we would go, holy crap, to the Micah Parsons trade level. Or maybe even 2 years ago when they did it with Josh Jacobs. So question 3 for me is Josh Jacobs actually the running back in 2026? Or do they go a route of a Breece Hall or a Kenneth Walker and go younger at that position and somebody who can be your workhorse going forward? That's a move and a just something I'm curious to see how it plays out. Now, it very well could just be Josh Jacobs is back and that's the end of the story.
I think Josh Jacobs, what makes the most sense to me is you give him a 1-year extension, you tack it onto this deal, you spread out some of his cap hit, because his cap hit's pretty big for especially a running back, and then you either free agency or via the draft try and get a little more explosive, a little more of a home run hitter instead of the guy that we know Josh Jacobs to be.
Question number 2. Who's the center? Is Elton Jenkins back? Do they re-sign Sean Ryan? Do they go elsewhere? Do they hope somebody develops? Do they draft a center with their first pick in the second round? That is a position that is super concerning to me. And I think throughout the Josh Myers era, you saw the worst of it sometimes. And he played well occasionally. And then this year, you saw all sorts of trouble. Elton Jenkins and then Sean Ryan adjusted. He was, all things considered, very serviceable at that position. But he's a free agent. Elton Jenkins, we all expect to be released. Who's their center? That's one I'm struggling to figure out. I would like to see them bring back Sean Ryan.
Since going back and drafting Creed Humphrey instead of Josh Myers isn't an issue, I think you probably need to draft and sign. And if that's Sean Ryan plus either a signing or a draft pick.
But do you hope that's then? I mean, if you bring back Sean Ryan, say it's a 2-year deal.
Yeah, Sean Ryan would be a great 6-7 option to fill any of the 3 positions up front on the interior.
But when I say that...
And able to start...
But if you resign Sean Ryan, my assumption is then he is the starting center in 2026.
I don't know if Sean Ryan's going to be getting starter money.
His market value says $6 million a year.
So that's triple what Josh Myers got. Mm-hmm. And Josh Myers obviously did not get starter money.
The 5th most among free agent centers.
How much? What number?
5th most among free agent centers.
How many total free agent centers are there?
Clearly not a lot.
Not a lot. 25, 30 maybe.
And most of them backups?
22.
Yeah.
Most of them backups?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he gets starter money. Does he get a Josh Myers deal or does he get a, who's the other guy, Runyon money?
Yeah.
Because $6 million in today's NFL, especially with the way Packers do contracts, is a drop in the bucket. Yeah. That's an afterthought.
That's peanuts.
Right. That's our 4th inside linebacker we signed for that.
And then I think the obvious number 1 question is one we all wonder, and it's kind of a 2-parter. What will the Packers do with Rashan Gary, and what do they do with the pass rush at large? It's a copycat league. We saw how effectively Seattle was able to get after Drake May and the quarterback throughout the season. They need to elevate the pass rush. Now, obviously, you expect Micah Parsons back at some point in the season, but A, who's opposite of him? Is it Rashan Gary? Is it Lucas Van Ness, who you hope in his 4th season can finally really pop? Is it what will be a second-year player in a Colin Oliver or Baron Sorrell? Do you go out and do you address that if you release Rashan Gary? So pass rush / what do you do with Rashan Gary is my biggest question. Because here's what we've come to learn over the last several years with Rashan Gary. Everybody in that building views him a lot more highly than we do. And I just can't get over the fact he didn't have a sack or a tackle for loss from Halloween on. He ended the season 10 games, no sacks, no TFLs. And I understand you were missing Micah for a chunk of that, about half of it. But still. And then there's just plays where he gives up too early and the effort's not there. You can see that through a TV screen. So that's something that frustrates me with Rashan Gary, and obviously he's the 13th highest paid edge rusher in the National Football League, or at least was this past year. The Packers are the only team in the NFL to employ 2 of the top 20 highest paid edge rushers. The other 18 guys in the top 20, all from different teams. So that seems like it should be an obvious answer, but it is not. So just to recap, what's the backup quarterback route? How is cornerback addressed? Is Josh Jacobs actually the running back? Who will play center? And what to do with Rashan Gary? My 5 big questions a month out from NFL free agency. Did I miss anything, Joshy?
No, I don't think the Rashan Gary thing's a question.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, you just cut him.
Cut him!
See ya.
I agree, but
His
I
cap
just said
hit's
it.
more than Micah Parsons.
I just said it, though. They love him in this.
I don't think they do.
They like him more than we do.
I think they're just being nice.
I don't know.
He lost snaps to JJ Nagbari.
Oh, by the way, you got to re-sign him. I didn't mention that in the edge.
I don't think that's what got it resign. I would like him back.
I don't know what his cap hit looks like, but we'll see.
I mean,
For
guy had
talking about
2.5
Enikbare being a big piece, that's not good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point.
He had like
I know.
2.5 sacks.
And that's
I'd
what-
rather see Sorrell, and I'd rather see Oliver, and I'd rather give those guys
Are
snaps.
you comfortable with that?
Yeah?
Given how ineffective without Micah their pass rush was?
Yes. Well, they weren't on the field.
With Micah.
Yeah.
Ben Brust is here, by the way.
Yeah, hi, Ben Brust.
Ben Brust,
Hi, guys.
host of Kyle Brust and Nortman, ESPN Wisconsin, 2 to 5. Very well produced show.
Best friends, I hear.
We have my best friend in the world, Ben Brust.
Hate this so much. It's not even. Do you think it's a good bit?
I don't really understand it.
Nobody does. That's
but
why
the-
it's a bad bit.
But the fact that it drives you nuts makes it good.
Thanks, Josh.
Yeah. Self-awareness.
That's the key hinge point here.
Here's the thing.
If you just ignored it,
If you would have ignored it,
like a baby.
I would have stopped doing it.
You've got one of those.
I do.
Probably not at the point where they're doing things just to annoy you or to get.
Oh, last night,
Uh-oh, what happened?
stalling with the books.
Yeah.
How many did you have to read?
Stalling.
How many?
About 8. I picked out 4.
During the Badger game?
Yes, I was able to watch the second half. And that's the thing is, like, you're cutting into what I want to go do.
Yeah.
But you're a sucker, man.
Of course I am.
Yeah. What are you
Like,
going to say?
you-
No,
Right.
no, go to bed? No, of course I'm going to read you another book, sweetheart.
You're a terrific dad, but I think she's going to pull this over on you, and it's going to work every time.
Yeah, she comes by it honestly.
Let's just go day by day when it comes to that. I'm not ready to think about how I'm going to be manipulated by a teenager.
Fair enough. All right. Joshy invited you in.
He did.
This was not my invite.
That's great.
He's trying to keep you away.
Strouf never invites
I know,
me, so
unreal.
you know it is.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
well,
you're
best friend.
well, here's the issue.
What now?
He didn't invite you for a good reason.
Oh, I don't care why he invited me. I'm willing to step up to the plate against
So
Mr. Know-It-All.
I just want to give you the floor. Explain what you brought up on KBN yesterday when you claimed to be Nerd Man.
Look, at the end of the day, the last 15 years, as we are looking to see since 2010, the last time the Packers were in a Super Bowl, some trends. You know, I'm looking for trends and how these Green Bay Packers
He's a trends guy, Joshy. He's
can
a trends
go
guy.
to the Super Bowl moving forward. And in the last 15 years, only one quarterback winning the regular season MVP has won the Super Bowl in the same year. So you have to ask yourself, Josh DiMaggio, do you want to be a part of the 94% or do you want to be part of the 6%?
What I love about this is the past 2 days, and you thought this was only the attention was only to be on Ben Brust. Big mistake on your part. You invented the PIP, which
Yeah,
was
playoff
which
impact
was a
player.
subjective measure to evaluate players to fit into what you believe is a drafting problem from Brian Gutekunst. You were giving
It's a draft and develop problem.
yes.
And develop is a key part of that.
You made this up, and then you were acting like it was a quantifiable actual
It
statistic.
was Alex Strouf's opinion.
Now Ben Brust goes to the opinions of the AP writers and says, well, 94% of the time, 94? 94% of the time, if
In
you
the last
win,
15 years.
if you win an MVP, you don't win a Super Bowl. Which is, both of
is
you,
it true?
Both of you, if Brad Nortman was here to argue this, he'd tell you these aren't stats. These are just you guys finding numbers, dividing.
In my best friend's defense, 94% is a statistic.
It is a stat.
No, that's a percentage.
Which is a stat. A number is a stat.
Completion percentage is a stat.
Right, but you realize there's like things happening.
How am
on
I
the
defending
field.
There
you?
are things
Yeah.
happening. There are voters voting, Josh.
So, would you argue that a team with a non-MVP is better suited to win a Super Bowl in aggregate?
So what I tried to do with this conversation, and we got caught up in the fact that, like,
see, this is what I wanted because I was listening. And when I'm having a hard time understanding it, I'm going, what am I missing? Is there a layer?
There's a layer. Trust me. To act like I didn't know.
Tongue in cheek?
Yeah. Like, 94% of the time I get it. Like, sure, the MVP of the regular season didn't win the Super Bowl. The point I was trying to make is you do need close to elite quarterback play. The majority of the time, if you look at those Super Bowl winners and you look at the quarterbacks, they were playing at a high level that season. So my point is if you have Jordan Love, I don't think that when we go in the season, we should be spending time like we were saying, well, heading into the Denver game, he's risen to the top 3 of MVP odds, and then start thinking, what does Jordan Love have to do in this game to win the MVP? I think that was my main point, is we don't need to think about, is he going to win the MVP? Do you have a quarterback that is playing at a high level? And then when you looked at the winners of the Super Bowl, there was a common denominator of a high-level quarterback playing well at that time, plus defenses that had either a really great whole unit or an absolutely ridiculous defensive line, lockdown corners, whatever it is. And I'm trying to think to myself, how are the Packers going to build their team with Jordan Love, who I think fits the criteria of where his trajectory is in his fourth year, with a defense that I am not confident that Goody can create, even with Micah Parsons, as a really good staple to make this a championship team.
Well, right. I mean, you seemingly are seeming to argue that focusing on Super Bowl wins only being attributed to the quarterback is probably a fool's errand, which I agree with. Like, the great secret of Patrick Mahomes' domination is Steve Sarkisian's defenses have all been elite every time.
Correct.
Every time they're there. Bill Belichick's career is built on
special teams and defense.
Yes, those two things. I think the good point you make is getting fat and happy, as you could probably accuse Ted Thompson of. And Brian Gutekunst stuff of, well, we've got Aaron Rodgers.
Can I just jump in quick?
Yeah.
You said Steve Sarkisian.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you meant Steve Spagnuolo.
Spags.
I thought I was going crazy.
And then from a Spag standpoint, do you remember
SS.
when the Chiefs played the Niners?
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl? That was a defensive battle, and the offenses had to make plays in overtime to win that Super Bowl. So although Patrick Mahomes, an elite quarterback that I don't know if that was a season he had MVP or not, the point remains is there were other aspects of their team that made them Super Bowl quality.
Yes.
But I think that's what I'm looking at, and I don't know if you can trust with how many holes you need to fill defensively.
So, I think we agree with all of this.
Yeah.
Yes, I was doing tongue in cheek, and you got really mad at it.
I did. You are correct.
Well, because from the way it sounded to me, with your stat,
was not tongue in cheek. First of all, I didn't catch the tongue in cheek part.
and it's hard to get.
I was excited to see that only one guy had won MVP and Super Bowl.
You went looking for something and it ended up even better than.
Well, here's my other problem with it, and this is maybe better kept for the next show we do together. You and Kyle wrapped around your finger, man.
Yeah,
I know.
You don't.
And once I had him, I couldn't back down. Like I had.
That's
him.
where
he's like,
so
you know what, Ben's right, and I was like, hell yeah.
So basically, you
acknowledge that it's flawed.
You were picking on your co-host
correct
to his face without him recognizing
correct. Because he believed in my flawed
I think
stat.
we'd all agree here. Your best opportunity to make a deep playoff run is an elite quarterback.
Elite quarterback play is important.
Right.
And
When it comes
the
good
MVP or
defense.
not.
When it comes to winning in any championship game, a conference championship game, or a Super Bowl, more often than not, you're going to look. I mean, Homer talks about it all the time. Like, you need like a top 5 defense. That's probably the biggest correlation of all of it that everyone ignores because we're so QB focused.
And so when I was giving the MVP winners next to the Super Bowl champion, what I did do at the end was I went down the last 5 and I pointed out the correlation of, well, the Rams had Aaron Donald, and this year against San Francisco, it was a defensive battle. Philadelphia's defensive line when they won the Super Bowl was ridiculous, and there was a mass exodus. Seattle's overall defense and how they put that together, the dark side was unbelievable. Plus their special teams led to a point where Darnold didn't need to be a hero.
No, he didn't.
He just needed to get them in position.
He was excellent for one game in the playoffs, and that was the conference championship game against the Rams. But also, they needed a punt return touchdown to win that game.
And they got it right off the gate.
Right.
And that gave him a cushion to be able to play more comfortably
Yes.
and not playing from behind, risking passes and potentially losing the game.
I guess fresh off the Super Bowl, the big debate is, and I think we'll all be in agreement. So I might be curious to get Will's opinion on this, but Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Sam Darnold. Yes,
Undoubtedly.
I think unquestionably.
Will?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm mad at Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio in the mornings for Chris Canty and Evan Cohen just being prisoner of the moment.
That's part of what got me confused, because I had seen that video and then I heard later, or I saw you arguing on behalf of Jordan Love, but then saying MVPs aren't important, and I was trying to figure which side was up.
Well, now you probably have more clarity.
Yes.
Which means we need to bring clarity at 2 o'clock.
The other thing. Oh, no, the other thing that was driving me nuts in this debate, and you're both culpable for it. You guys invent definitions of words and use them freely.
Here, no, I don't care.
The correlation thing, I was like, you guys are using correlation wrong.
Will.
You guys are just inventing.
Will, what's a correlation?
It's how two things are connected.
that works, right?
Good enough?
Sure.
I just hate when Josh does this. Like, I'm so much smarter than you. Like, you guys are such dummies.
Good work, Josh.
The medium is our words. So when we use words that to mean one thing that actually mean another, it gets confusing.
So what I live my life in thinking is the audience is smart enough
To connect the dots.
to connect
to
where I'm
correlate
going.
what I was
Yeah,
trying
exactly.
to say. Yeah.
Like, I believe.
Despite not being
I
able
can't-
to give
I
you the
can't think
definition
it-
of correlation right now, I know our audience can.
I can't think of the exact interaction in my head, but you use correlation to mean one thing, and you use it to mean another in following sentences.
And they were both wrong?
I think one of you was sort of right, but it was like you guys were just
That's
kind of,
me.
you guys were just throwing
So
stuff.
there's a correlation between how we use the word correlation
Yes.
in that segment.
and the confusion I had throughout it. And yeah, I think your general point is correct. You came at it funny.
and
now-
I got Kyle in my spider
Yeah,
web.
that's probably something you guys need to address. Because
So now I have to go back at Kyle for my
say, hey, I was
information. Say, by the
making
way,
fun
you
of
believed
you.
in something really stupid.
I tricked you. And see how he reacts, because I don't know if he's going to take well to you
Setting him up,
put him in the blender.
even though I wasn't really
I mean,
setting
that's
him
an
up.
old school Scalzone Brust blender we put Ben in that you put Kyle in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a dumb stat that actually doesn't mean anything. You pretty much are saying you don't want an MVP quarterback, but because it will not.
No. You
win
don't
you
want to be
Super-
an MVP.
That's
That's
specific season.
You don't
You
want
wanna
to
be
an
great,
MVP
just
that
not
specific
too great.
season.
Yes. You want
That season.
You want to finish as a finalist or close to.
Yeah. So if you're leading the MVP race and,
And
you
how
think
many-
you can win the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
like
Bad.
How many examples did I rattle off the top of my head where they won the Super Bowl and then the following season won the MVP? There's probably like 10 examples
on
of that.
the list when I there were big names that had
Aaron
won
Rodgers.
MVPs.
Yeah,
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers won his first MVP this season after he won the Super Bowl. So,
He had 3 others as well after that.
yeah, that's true. Well, only has one Super Bowl, though. All right, before we let you go, real quick, Badgers win last night.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
No one can actually tell me that they thought the Badgers were going to win.
Oh, I didn't.
And at no point did I have any confidence they were going to win. Did I think they were going to grind back? Yes, but it also is like it was kind of like dark magic. Like they were absolutely getting dominated in the second half by the rim.
Were they down 14?
And then they made a great adjustment, getting to the rim, stopping, throwing back out for some threes. So credit to the players. I mean, like they adjusted to the great interior defense from Illinois. And as I've mentioned many times, when Wisconsin plays really good bigs, and Illinois is one of the tallest teams in the country, in height and length, those type of teams scare me. And to go on the road, and now I'm seeing Illinois be lame. Like we were missing 2 guys. Well, you were a 10.5 point favorites. You had the game in hand, and you blew it.
And those stupid ass wigs in the stands. That Gardo ended up wearing in
Yeah, but
celebration.
you can't say that because if we would have done that for like a Mike Brusewitz, everyone would have been wearing those.
Oh, yeah.
And good on Gardo to find a wig and to wear to the
Ben.
locker room.
Yes, that's an important point. But Ben, I'm not an Illinois fan. I'm not giving him credit.
No, it's just hypocritical to say it's
Did
stupid.
we do it for Bruisewitz?
No, but everyone
Exactly.
loved it. And you would still have it. And you might wear it on the show if you were there at the game in which they did the Bruisewitz hair giveaway.
You wouldn't have got the guard moment, too, if they didn't do it.
A Road at Night. Howard Moore, aroadatnight.com. Give us a quick plug for that.
It's hard to be quick. All that matters is if you want to support somebody who doesn't deserve anything that's been tossed his way from a life standpoint. Howard Moore is an amazing individual, and his long-term care is very expensive. And the story that you can watch, A Road at Night, at Marcus Point Cinema in Madison is worth going to. If you have a heartbeat and you want to feel a powerful story right in front of your eyes, go to aroadatnight.com. There's panels after some of the documentaries. There's ticket sales beyond this weekend that you can go see the showing, and it will help create an opportunity for this documentary to go further than Madison, and it will also create an opportunity for Howard Moore to have more attention to help his life, which was, in the initial crash in 2019, he lost his wife and daughter. A month later, he had a cardiac arrest. And I think that gets lost in this whole thing is like, not only did he lose his wife and daughter, he lost his ability to live a normal life with a son who's in college right now. And his parents have moved in. And Rashard Griffith is there to take care of him every day. And someone, it's a tough thing because, good things are supposed to happen to good people, right? Everyone says that. But unfortunately, reality is that's not the case. And so all I can do now is do my best to promote something that is important to me. And when they see this, they'll realize how important it is to others.
aroadatnight.com. You can check out some of those post-screening discussions and Q&As that will be happening starting tomorrow at the Marcus Point Cinema in Madison. Greg Gard will be a part of the one tomorrow. The filmmakers will be a part of the one on Friday. And on Saturday, Stan Van Gundy, Rashard Griffith, who Ben just mentioned, Matt LePay will all be there.
I wish I could publicly share how generous Stan Van Gundy was when hearing about Howard Moore. Just know that I don't care what I had thoughts about Stan Van Gundy. Maybe I don't agree with things that he says from it doesn't matter. It's about human beings and what he did generously to the family. I still can't wrap my head around how amazing what Stan Van Gundy did initially when this happened to Howard.
Powerful stuff. If you're in the Madison area, check it out at aroadatnight.com. Benny, maybe we'll invite you back sometimes. Thanks.
Doubt it.
Love you.
I'll invite you back. I don't know about Strouf.
I'll come if you invite me.
Yeah.
What about if I invite you?
I'll boycott.
But we're best friends.
I mean, I guess I don't need a boycott. You don't invite me anyway.
Yeah.
It's a fair point. All right. There you go. Ben Brust. So he backed off that real fast. Yeah, he backed off that real fast.
Yeah. He didn't even try if you're hitting 940 in baseball, is that good?
Yeah. I mean, there is... It left me. He did a great job of pacifying the issues I had.
Yeah, and again,
because what do I strike out if he says, "Well, yeah, I was doing a thing"?
Yeah, but and I didn't anticipate that as much as we got, to be honest. But I was expecting him to come firm, and then he realized I'm not going to win a debate against Josh, so I'm just going to say I was kind of doing a thing, and but it is an interesting statistic. I mean, it is kind of interesting that MVPs typically don't win the Super Bowl in the same season. It is kind of fascinating.
We call those like anomalies,
right? Yeah, it's just a coinky dink.
Yeah, it's insignificant.
Right, and Will, we were talking about this a little bit before the show, and I said if I guaranteed you, and I'll do the same thing with Hunter, but Will, I said this to you, if I guaranteed you as a Bears fan that Caleb Williams is winning the MVP this season, you're saying hell yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, you'd have to be stupid to ever say no to that.
And if I said to Hunter, same thing, right? Dak Prescott's winning the MVP, he'd say absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, he maybe should have won it this year, at least comeback player of the year.
Wow, comeback player of the year.
And
I can.
The thing that was left out of the actual debate when you guys were having it is until this year when Matthew Stafford got a Career Achievement Award over Drake May, who was more deserving of this said award. It's almost always a 1 or 2 seed that wins the MVP.
I mentioned this.
So you're likely in a better spot. Now, you used to have 2 buys, it's now only 1 buy.
Right, and that's why the 1 seeds become so important.
Right, but you're most certainly almost guaranteed to be a 1 or 2 seed. And that's just how it breaks every single time.
Unless you win a Lifetime Achievement Award and you get a 5 seed.
Which, yes, it did require them to invent.
Which again, I'm not necessarily as steadfast on that argument as you are. I probably would have voted for Drake May, but it's really close, and obviously statistically, Stafford had the upper hand. I'm not saying he's not undeserving of
Matthew Stafford statistically had the upper hand if you're still evaluating football like they did for baseball in the 1990s.
Which is touchdowns, and you're comparing that to home runs?
Yards, yes. No, I'm counting it to RBI and batting average.
Got it.
Because as we all know, we've moved past sort of those standards. There was a time when wins mattered to the Cy Young. Look at some of the records.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens, for instance,
Yeah.
where they finally, when they realize, like, hey, winning 19 games doesn't mean you were that great of a pitcher. It means likely you had a lot of help from your team.
Yeah.
And I think football is the last bastion where you can go to counting stats and be like, oh, you had more passing yards. Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for removing all context.
Do you think that's because I know we've talked about this on the show, about Pro Football Focus kind of being a flawed metric for the way they evaluate? Yes. And yeah, so I think that's a big issue, is that like football is still trying to figure out those advanced ways to evaluate players. It's getting better, but I don't think it's perfect yet. So I think there's a large portion of people who are also kind of like, but I don't know how to fully like value that.
Yeah, it's inherently more difficult to do it, to find the stats. But the fact that EPA, you know how you go to Brewers games and now they have the advanced stats up on the Jumbotron? Like, that's what the NFL needs, is instead of having Jordan Love's just simply putting the amount of yards he has, you put something like EPA up. And if you want to, you put a little description. Here's what this means, and here's why this is an important stat. CPOE. Very important stat as well. Completion percentage over expectation. Those are all things that matter in determining the difference.
I just think Josh should like be the president of every voting board because he's such a freaking dork, dude. He's such a nerd. I don't know what half those stats are.
Did Mendoza deserve to win the Heisman, Josh?
I think so, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Drew Mestamaker from North Texas might have had a higher EPA, though.
Yes.
CPOE?
But it's a little different when you get into college football, and the competition is different. Like, we all understand an NFL team is an NFL team. The 5 best college football teams are worlds apart from the 5 worst Division I football teams.
Okay, I'm done nerding out. I want to talk about something way funnier than this. Yesterday, we had an all-time Olympic moment, and it wasn't any action. It was after the biathlon.
It was action, actually. There was action that caused the whole thing.
It's a great point by you.
Yeah.
Great point by you. The biathlon, which combined skiing and shooting. It's an entertaining event. So Norway's Sturla Holm Lægreid took the bronze medal for Norway. And after he was asked in another language, we're not going to play this portion of it for you, he was asked how he feels. And he goes on to thank people that helped him along the way, his parents, his loved ones, etc. And then he goes on to say, quote, 6 months ago, I met the love of my life, the world's most beautiful, sweetest person. And 3 months ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life and cheated on her. It's been the worst week of my life. I told her a week ago, and then it ended, of course. I'm not ready to give up. I hope that committing social death can show perhaps how highly I love her. I am taking the consequences for what I have done. I regret it with all of my heart. So he did that on international television after winning a bronze medal. Josh, good move, bad move?
Bad move.
Will, good move, bad move?
Good move.
Okay. Hunter, good move, bad move?
Terrible move.
Okay. I like that we're a split panel here. I agree. It's bad move.
It's not really split panel.
Yeah,
we've got
the exact
least,
opposite, actually.
We've got the least experienced person here who's probably trying to be funny about what they're
No, he's being funny.
Yes.
But I want to hear a spin on it. But before we hear your spin on it, I found this morning. And this is after he was crying when he said this in the immediate interview after he won the bronze medal. He then got like an hour to cool off, and he went to the podium, and he's speaking in English here. And I think the visual is important for those of you that have not seen it, okay? So he went from crying about this situation to then being asked about it at a podium where he's speaking in English. The visual is important. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're listening on the podcast side, I will explain it after we play you the quote from Sturla Lægreid from Norway, the Norwegian biathlete who took the bronze medal home in this year's Olympics. Here he is at the podium.
Yeah, I haven't got any reactions from the girl that I mentioned. And yeah, I'm happy because then maybe she hasn't seen it. Maybe she will see it at the right time. I hope I don't make anything worse for her. But maybe it can help. I don't know. I hope there's a happy ending in the end. So we will see what time will do.
That's courtesy of BBC Sport. This guy's a maniac. He's a maniac. I can't believe how unbelievably delusional he is. He said in there, I hope I didn't cause anything for her. Dude. You just won a medal in the Olympics and cried about her. Do you not think immediately she got 100 text messages going like, holy bleep, you're not going to believe what that D-bag just did. You will not believe it. What does he mean he doesn't want to make it any worse for her?
He doesn't mean that. He knew what he was doing. He's a narcissist. He's a manipulator. And this is all self-indulgent. This is a personality trait of many men. This is how they behave. They gaslight. They try and charm you. They make these big, overt gestures when just 3 months ago he cheated on her. He's a bad guy.
And he says, 6 months ago I met the love of my life, and 3 months ago he couldn't even make it 3 months.
You can't be love of your life that quick.
Well, that
No.
6 months I don't.
He cheated on her 3 months, so ostensibly the relationship's been over for 3 months.
Well, they broke up last week though. He just told her.
Oh,
so you missed that detail.
Oh, I didn't
They were
miss that
together a
detail.
full 6 months. He cheated on her 3 months in, but didn't tell her till last week, and she dumped him.
Yeah.
Which rightfully so, she dumped him. Now, Will, good move. Let's hear why.
The Olympics are only every 4 years, right? Like, there's no guarantee this guy will ever make it back to the Olympics. It's a physically demanding activity or competition that he's in. This is, undoubtedly probably the highest point of his life, right? I think that's fair to say.
I would say it's super fair.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with biathletes. I don't know if he has other medals to his name.
Yeah, he's on, the tail end of his career, I'm guessing. But
Is he 28?
yeah, he's going to be 32.
He's 28. Yeah, 32 at the next
past
one.
your
Which I'm
prime.
pretty sure is biathlete's prime.
Oh, so he might still have some juice left in the tank. Okay, continue, Will, though. Well, I hear you. So
He
far, I think
took
you're
a
making
moment
sense.
in the week of Valentine's Day in the same continent of the city of love
Oh.
to make amends or attempt to make amends with his lady friend. I respect that. I don't respect it, but think about all the ways think about a guy trying to get a girl back. I've never seen this one before.
By the way, he is a biathlete gold medalist. He won the relay in 2022. But that's a team thing.
Yeah.
This is the
Individual.
best thing he's done individually.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I still think your point is fair.
They wouldn't have just interviewed him for that, right? They would have interviewed the entire team.
Right.
And I think another Norwegian guy got the gold, so he definitely wasn't the best athlete on that team. I'm assuming the other guy was with him. So yeah, this is the high point of his life, and he took the moment to say sorry.
And you think it was genuine?
I don't know if it's genuine.
You're not disagreeing with the fact he's a narcissist.
I also don't know him. If he wasn't very outspoken about it before, and then he it really was eating him alive enough to the point where he had to say it.
Sure.
Then it's okay, but you don't know. To Josh's point, he could be just a psycho who does this.
He is.
The interesting part here is how the other person feels and receives it. And she spoke to this, and she said, I basically made it clear to him after that I wanted no part of this. You brought me into something I wanted no part of. And it's humiliating. Now the world knows that woman got cheated on by this biathlete.
There's a romantic comedy out there somewhere, though, where this works out.
I don't think so.
Dr. Denver Dan, come on, man. He says, geez, Josh, don't be so hard. Maybe he's looking for sympathy in the village.
I think what he did is hurt himself in the village.
Yeah, he is the most, well, maybe not the most ever, but he is one of the most public cheaters ever now.
Yes. And now anybody thinking about a one-night romp with him is going to be is it worth it? Because the whole world might know on Tuesday.
Okay.
Let me rephrase real quick, Hunter, before you jump in here. I just want to amend a comment I just made. He is not the most public cheater in the world, but he is probably the most public self-exposed cheater in the world.
In 2026, he is.
Admission cheater. Admission.
I mean, he's leading the leaderboard for January 1st on.
Yeah, the Coldplay guy might still have him beat.
Did Barry Bonds ever admit to cheating?
That was a bad joke. Hunter, go ahead.
I was going to say, the Olympic Village is well known for the activities that happen in there between the athletes.
Oh, yeah, they got condoms everywhere in the village.
Uh-huh.
Condoms everywhere.
They've had STD outbreaks.
Yeah. So, I don't know if this is necessarily hurting it. The only thing was the fact that you said, do they want, they're not open about that, the other athletes, so it's not like do they want to risk it being out there? The other thing to what Josh said, I just wanted to backtrack on, the knowing that she was the love of his life. I bought the engagement ring for my now wife 5 months from our first date. So
Hunter was quick.
He could have known, because I
Good for
knew
you.
quickly. I also never cheated on her. But I just
Not
want to
3
say,
months in,
you can know.
You don't want to come out and apologize to Mr. Relevant Hunter?
I think inherently, if you cheat on somebody, you never actually thought they were the love of your life.
Correct.
Yeah, that seems to be the. Well, you can't say that now. It is too late.
Too late.
Yeah, they are mutually exclusive. We always say they're not mutually. These are.
Yeah. And look, I'm not sitting here and saying everybody's perfect, but this is the most foolish, manipulative way.
That's what love does to you.
To win her back. No. It's what being a psychopath does to you, Will.
Nope.
It's what being a psycho
Will,
does.
love literally does the exact opposite to you. If you are actually in love, you literally become less self-centered.
Good point.
Now I'm just getting picked on because I'm the odd one out here.
No, I genuinely don't mean that to pick on you. That's just just the truth of
Valentine's
that situation.
Day, football's over. Yeah.
It's just a rough week for you, huh?
Gary Sanchez is a Brewer again.
Nick chimes in.
That's
ESPN Madison on YouTube. He probably, I'm just ignoring that. He probably did it so he would be single going into the Village and then didn't have as much luck as he would have liked. He's lonely in the Village, so that's why he did it. That's a good pop by Nick. It's a good pop. I mean, there probably is some reasoning. So my understanding of the timeline is they started dating in August. He cheated on her in November. He told her last week before going to the Olympics. She said, okay, bye. And he's been reveling in his own mistake for a week.
Which, by the way, dude got bronze. Probably wasn't in a good mental headspace this week. Maybe if he keeps that to himself, he's performing well enough that he gets gold. That's also a terrible mistake.
Or he's taking 6, then he used the fuel. He used his anger at himself as fuel.
Oh,
right. Football players play better when they're angry, or some of them do.
But
right? So
athletes have to calm down. You don't want to be angry. The whole impressive thing is that you're cross country skiing and then suddenly dropping your heart rate down to relax to be able to shoot a target that's incredibly small. So I think if he kept it to himself, he's getting gold. So he played himself.
Oh, by the way, this is not his first controversy.
Yeah, I know this.
December 2023, Lægreid accidentally fired a shot in the team accommodation, that means hotel, during dry fire practice, having mistakenly loaded a full magazine instead of an empty one. The shot hit a stool. For violating the safety rules of the world governing body, he was disqualified from the mass start race.
So basically, he took his practice too seriously and tried to say sorry, and everyone hates him?
That's what I'm gathering. Mm-hmm. I think you're onto something over there. All right, there you have it. What a fascinating move. I have been. This reminds me of the Coldplay thing, in terms of holy scandal, unbelievable.
This is why people like reality TV.
Sympathy. I don't know if you saw that recently.
The Coldplay woman?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
Just said, I can't believe it happened so public, and woe is me.
Oh well.
It's you were in public cheating on your spouses.
Yeah, I don't know what you expect, I guess.
Right. And you guys did do the funniest possible thing when shown on camera.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think there was a kiss cam.
Yes.
If they just kiss, they get away with it.
People probably go,
is that who I think of that?
Was that? I don't know.
Right, you're having brews, you're at a Coldplay concert, you're minding your own business. If they just smooch and they move on with it, I don't think anybody, and maybe somebody at the concert says to somebody else, right? Oh, I think I saw your mom with another man at the Coldplay concert.
It's not like it's full. I guess somebody was taking a video, but
yeah,
I'm sure it would have.
It wouldn't have gone viral
Like
right.
that.
Yeah, it would have never gone viral.
Never been able to prove it.
No, it wouldn't have gone internationally viral if two people just kissed and then somebody after the fact said, "Oh, actually, I think those people are married to other people."
Right, but
because it wouldn't have been funny.
It doesn't have the comedy aspect as well. They're just blatantly cheating then.
Right.
Like that was them going, "Oh my god, how do we get away with it?"
Yes.
Still my favorite thing of 2025. All right, this was good.
I'm kind of disappointed in your
Hunters.
year if that was your favorite thing from 2025. You were literally up in Green Bay for the NFL draft in your hometown.
I meant more. Stop. I meant more like from a pop culture standpoint. Your mic's not on.
We heard about his hometown enough that way. Goodness.
Did I mention I was from Green Bay?
Heavens to Betsy.
Did I not mention that?
Denmark.
I grew up in Green Bay. Just went to high school in Denmark. I was actually reflecting because I saw that.
Jeez.
Can of worms.
I'm sorry. This is my fault. Should we just go to one
Sanchez,
word?
1 point. Yeah.
Seattle's on the close is not excusing absences in their schools for kids attending the parade. Did you see this?
Lame.
Yes. I mean,
that's bonkers to me. So I went to middle school in Green Bay. So in the Green Bay Area Public School District, gave us 2 days off around the Packers parade.
I'm going to say this with the uttermost disrespect
to me,
to Green Bay. Things are a little different between Seattle and Green Bay.
Well, sure, but also like, come on now.
Yeah, but there's like, how many children do you think are involved in Seattle public schooling versus Green Bay greater surrounding area public schooling?
Probably about 10x.
Yeah.
Still, I don't care.
Do you think anybody who wants their kid to be at the parade is going to hesitate to take their kid out of school?
No.
Right. So,
but it's an unexcused absence, and you can only get 2 of those before you get charged with what's it called?
You call in and say you have the sniffles. Prove it.
By the way, I haven't looked up Green Bay yet, but the Seattle public school system 23-24 was approximately 49,000 students.
Yeah, it will not be even close to that for Green Bay.
Green Bay's probably 9?
That's probably a good guess. Yeah, I would say just short of 10.
But also, there's probably a big difference there because Green Bay pulls from a vaster area. Like, it probably, like, McGuanago is a giant high school. It's not a giant town.
Sure.
Green
like
Bay is 18-ish thousand.
Oh, wow. Wow. So, close to half. And they gave half of us off. Half as many kids were just off. We just didn't have school.
Yeah,
they extended our school day by I think it was 3 minutes the rest of the year because they gave us those 2 days off. Here's the other unfortunate part. I fainted at the Packers Super Bowl parade. I watched it on a box TV in a hospital room. Have I ever told you this story?
No.
So I don't know what happened.
You locked your knees, seemingly.
No, but we were walking around, and then all of a sudden I started puking, throwing up. And I was probably dehydrated. And then all of a sudden we were walking, and I was like, "Dad, I can't see, I can't hear." And then I woke up in the back of a cop car. And then I got moved to an ambulance, and then I watched the Super Bowl parade from a hospital bed. It was awesome. Got an IV, and I was all good. I was underage, so it wasn't like I was hungover.
I was in the stadium. It was frigid.
It
was extremely cold. You'd crack a beer, and it would instantly freeze. I don't remember a thing a person said. I just remember yelling a lot. It was packed. A lot of people there.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't worth it, but there's a good reason to day drink and have a good time.
Hey, man. Packers won the Super Bowl, and it has not happened since. There's our All right. Real quick, rapid fire round. One Word Wednesday. Hunter's got a list of topics. Will, Joshy, myself will respond with one word. It is time for One Word Wednesday.
We're going to start with baseball. The Brewers pitchers and catchers report tomorrow.
P's and C's.
Hell yeah.
Summer.
Nice. Good word. Will wins that round.
On to puck for the rest of these. U.S. women's hockey dominated Canada 5-0 yesterday. It is the first time that the Canadian women's team has been shut out in an Olympic game.
Ever?
Ever.
I believe the first time would imply ever.
Wow. Wisconsin, my word. A lot of Badgers.
Well, it's Wisconsin because a Wisconsin hockey player contributed to all 5 points that were scored, be it scoring the goals themselves, like Layla Edwards, the other girl's name escapes my mind, or assisting.
Caroline Blanking on her last name.
I forgot.
Bucky.
Well, I'm glad you guys went this
What's your
route.
word? Hold on, what was Josh's word? Did he have a word?
He just said Wisconsin.
I think I was going to say Wisconsin, too. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Well, we're going to stick with Wisconsin as the Badger Layla Edwards became the first black woman on Team USA hockey.
History.
Yeah. She's awesome.
She's awesome.
Yes.
Sick. Yeah. It is the one thing I like that I enjoy a lot about the women's Olympic hockey is the amount of college players that are involved and extremely young players. Obviously, the NHL is a whole different world,
right?
And it's probably not unprecedented for like a college player to make it into the men's roster, but like they're the whole, majority of the team. That girl from Minnesota who had the sick move a couple months ago where she picked up the puck, slapped it between someone's leg, and then assisted it. Like, she was just all over the ice. And then Layla Edwards, I'll just score 2.
I always forget Mark Johnson from the Miracle team. Is he still the coach at Wisconsin?
He is.
Yeah.
You guys are getting ahead of yourselves on these. We'll go back to Mark Johnson. Hillary Knight, also a Badger, former Badger. She is now tied for the most goals in an Olympic career for women's hockey with 14 and tied for first in most points.
So this has to be her, what, 4th Olympics or 5th?
She's been doing it for as long as I can remember.
I can't remember.
I want to say 14 was her first one. So 14, 18, 22, 20, 26.
The word's goat.
What's that?
Goat.
Goat, yeah.
Goat.
Goat, all right. Unanimous goat.
Speaking of goats, Mark Johnson, is he the greatest Badgers coach of all time, regardless of sport?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know
he's
that it's
most accomplished,
close.
right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
In terms of, like, I don't know if there was a run where a track coach had a good.
Right. Yeah, I'm hard pressed to think anybody can even be close to him.
If anyone, it would be men's hockey, right? Like those are probably the 2 most successful in terms of championships.
Yeah. Men's hockey didn't have a sustained run the way that women's has.
Obviously, people are going to bring up 3 names, right? I think Kelly Sheffield is the current one that could be brought up with what he's done with volleyball. Bo Ryan, back-to-back Final Fours for the men's basketball team, and then, of course, the guy who changed everything in Barry Alvarez.
Yeah.
Those are going to be the names that are brought up. But the answer is, without a doubt for me, yes,
Yeah,
Mark
if you're
Johnson.
looking at it in terms of the best in their sport year by year, you can't really look past the women's hockey team.
Goat.
That was it. That was one word.
Very good. All right, I want to get to this because Joshy sent this earlier as we hit what we missed, what we learned. We will get to Will's words in just a moment. Who removed the rib cage?
Zach Wheeler.
So he's a pitcher.
Yeah. Very good pitcher.
Why did he get rid of part of his rib cage?
I believe it was a back issue. It was like a thoracic outlet procedure.
Okay.
And part of that procedure, which I've heard of, but I didn't know what it entailed, apparently entails removal of a rib.
Okay.
So then once his rib was removed, he said, hey, what do you think about letting me take that sucker home?
And they said yes.
They said yes, and now it's in his closet, which is great disrespect to the rib.
That should be hung in your living room.
Yeah.
Like a dead deer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It should probably go into, like, you know how they do those boxes with, like, memorabilia? He should take his last season's gear, toss in a jersey, get some dirt on it, and then there's my rib. There it is.
I think he should wear it on a necklace like a shark tooth.
That's a great idea, too.
So you said that earlier, and I was going to, if I said the name Crocodile Dundee, would you be able to pull up in your mind who that is, Will?
Kinda.
What is that?
Kinda's a hard no for Will. He's just hoping we won't call him out on it.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at him. I was thinking of...
Are you thinking of Manny Puig, the guy from what was that show, Wild Boys, with Steve-O and Chris Pontius?
I was thinking of Steve Irwin.
I remember that show. That was insane.
Yeah, the Wild Boys.
So he was thinking of Steve Irwin.
Manny Puig, also a guy who wears like shark tooth and teeth. And
Are you pro or anti shark teeth? Talking to you.
Unless you're somebody who's actually like swimming with them and doing that, I'm out. But if you're a badass like Crocodile Dundee or Manny Puig, then yeah, shark tooth it up.
There should be a rule. You have to be in
Croc tooth it
Hawaii
up.
to wear one of those.
Dr. Denver Dan chimes in. Strouf, are you setting me up for more jokes? Removing a rib for reach?
Yeah.
Fair
Nail
point by him.
Madsen.
Fair point by him.
We've all heard that urban myth, right?
That
Yeah,
is the
of
greatest
course.
urban legend of all time, I think.
Sure seems like it.
It's far reaching.
There's
I made the joke on accident.
going through the history of those type of things, because there's a few of them that you learn about throughout elementary school, middle school,
Yeah.
high school,
Yeah.
that seem to be national phenomenons. And for me, they started really before the advent of like the internet.
Sure.
So somehow, through word of mouth, things like that were passing across the country. There's other ones that are far more graphic that I feel uncomfortable saying out loud. And they were all just utterly made up. They're just, like, I don't know if it started, in the grocery store when they had those absurd magazines where it's like, woman gives birth to alien baby. Like, I don't know if I don't know if that's how it generated, because those things seemingly passed around in every school that every kid had throughout the, I'm sure 70s, 80s, 90s. And it probably died out at the advent of the internet.
Yeah.
So
Too busy talking about clavicular now.
Okay, we got to get out. But before we get to Will's words, I just want to test Joshua real quick on Dr. Denver Dan. A couple weeks ago, you said you got up your game.
Yeah.
I think today might be his best show ever.
He's improved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's turned his attitude around.
he's been on a heater today.
His attitude. His attitude. Well, what do we got for words?
Kraken. You guys know where I'm going with this?
The Seattle Kraken?
Yeah,
No.
we're referring to
Close
hockey.
though,
Puck?
honestly, kinda.
Honestly, kind of.
Talking about the actual Kraken?
No, Gary Sanchez's nickname, the Kraken or the Sanchez.
Well, we can't call him the Sanchez. That's Mark Sanchez.
That's what it's listed on Baseball Reference. He's the Kraken or the Sanchez.
Nobody has ever earned a nickname that was less fitting than Gary Sanchez and Kraken.
That's correct.
That is
He used to wear the logo, like he had his own
Yeah.
logo.
When did he last play for the Brewers? 2 seasons ago?
I think it was 2. Yeah.
Why is he back?
Body.
Yeah.
Sure.
Heartbeat. I think I could,
Yeah.
it's kind of a real slap in the face to me.
I totally agree. Totally agree. But
33.
hey, spring training hasn't started yet. We still got time. All right, we're back with you on Friday for the final time before we go on our sabbatical. No shows next week. Joshy will be in New Orleans. I will be in Florida. So we're not going to make Will and Hunter work too hard. Unless you guys want to. You're more than welcome to. But we are going to go on our post-Super Bowl sabbatical next week, and then we'll be back with you. That would be, I need to do some math here. 9 plus 14 is the 25th. Right? Is that right? What's the Monday
You could have
after
just
next
looked
Monday?
at the calendar if you knew you were going to do
Why
this.
were you doing math?
23rd.
What was the math?
I was trying to.
It's not 10 days in a week. Like, what?
All right. If you
9
can
plus
tell,
14 is
I'm
25.
I'm ready for my sabbatical. Few days left. We're back with you Friday to wrap up the
9
week.
plus 14 is 25 was the word you just said.
Yeah, I know. It's 23. And then we'll be back with you after Friday show. We'll be back with you the 23rd after a week off. Little post Super Bowl sabbatical. Dr. Denver Dan says, I'll be in NOLA at that time too, Josh. See you there. Oh, baby.
Whoa.
Doctor's in. All right. We'll talk.
I don't know if I know how to find Dr. Dan.
I don't know either, but we'll all figure it out
Probably.
together.
He'll find you.
Probably stoned, long hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Wearing a stethoscope.
Yeah.
With a tie-dye
All right, we're back with
t-shirt.
you Friday. Yes, correct. We're back with you Friday, beginning at 12:30 Central, ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. And, of course, if you haven't already, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, the ESPN Wisconsin app. Make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you rate us 5 stars in case you ever miss an episode. And bonus episodes are dropped in there all the time as well. We will be back with you on Friday. We'll talk to you then. Peace.